and she might get stuck.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Gray Man Prepping. It's Survival Saturday. Yes, I'm confused because I saw you were talking there. And tonight's topic is after a year and a half winter, what are your plans?
Oh, this isn't Camp Fat and Family Prepping?
No.
Oh,
and it's
okay.
and it's not Camp Fat and Prepping Compound. Oh, that Prepping Compound. Is that like Preparation H?
No, that's Compound W. That's in case you get warts on your butt.
All right, let's go back and see everybody. Okay, so CR was the first one in.
And what's up, CR?
He's going to be busy in the background. I invited him up, and he's too busy. And Walt's here and throwing off all his emojis. Kaylin's here. And you're here. And we do have a lurker. Welcome, lurker. Yeah.
He's waiting for a link to come up so you come up and post some bad stuff. Yeah.
Go ahead and hit thumbs up. And they say like Walt said, he says, "Howdy, Gil. I'm listening." So, yeah.
Oh, that lurker might be me. I don't know. Hold on, if I'm on StreamYard, does that count me as a viewer?
No, StreamYard doesn't count. Only the other.
Oh, okay.
YouTube. It only counts YouTube's. Alrighty. So tonight's is not so far fetched. This is not out there. Some of the stuff. The far-fetched stuff. And did I? So basically, yeah. So let me go ahead and that's why I didn't do the warning, possible fair form stuff, because this is not. This is more realistic. Because wait a minute, it has happened. It's happened during the existence of the United States. I'm going to talk about some of that. And Howie's here, Food Forest Permaculture, and now we got 7. So, welcome everybody, lurkers. Find the lurk. Oh, let me throw something up here. Let me change out that banner. There we go. Get the one that says, get your neighbors prepared so they don't come after your stuff. Historical fact. Yeah. Oh, it's multiple historical facts, Kaylin. All right, so we're going to get back up here. There we go. The cold truth.
You're fired, CR.
All righty. So, all right. I got several recent historical events on this. Still no snow, lots of blooms. Today, speaking of snow, it started snowing. Or I should say it looked like Tinkerbell was at 30,000 feet sprinkling pixie dust. I could just see it slowly come down. One here, one there, one over there. On my car, on the side windows, they're slightly sloped in a little bit. And it has the where it goes into the door frame. There was
a little rubber gas. You had this little thin line of dust on your
pixie dust there. Yeah.
I got my I picked up a little 600-watt Whirlpool heat cube for my wife's car, and currently it's out in her car, sitting on the back seat on a flat surface with the extension cord run to the garage, and it's 600 watts. So I'm not worried about over whatever the amp draw. And so tomorrow morning at 5:30, when I'm going to walk out there and drive her 1 mile to work, because by the time she gets done, we'll have 18 to 24 inches of snow. Yeah. So she's got one of her nurse friends' husband's going to drive her home in his big truck. I'm like, that's fine. I'll bring your car back home, put it in the driveway, and it can stay there until Monday or Tuesday.
Okay. And Diana's here. Oh, squirrel moment. Going to deviate from the thing just to share some information with you guys. So, like Diana used to be Diana 2, and stuff. And when they made everybody at the @ on it instead of being able to use their names and stuff. There is a way to do it. Let me get the right thing up over here. Okay, so I'm going to share my page.
My Chef Tech 86 never changed because there's already a number after it.
Yeah.
And I've been a member YouTube since for 15 years.
All right. So here's so in here, over here on the side here, you're in there. Look where you can see what your content is and videos and posts and stuff like that. Over here it says customize. Click on customize. You can go down here and so the name of the channel, yeah, and you can change this from right now, like for Diana, it says in here automatically what they put in, which was @Diana-I3V. Well, you can change that to Diana-TOO or Diana TOO or Diana.
Or just Diana the number. Just forget the hyphen. You just put in Diana number 2.
Yeah, or Diana number 2. But before it was TOO is what it was.
Oh, okay.
So
and put the number 200. There you go. There's a new one for you.
Yeah. And so when you put it in there, it'll tell you whether it's been taken or not. So you can do Chef, go in there and check it and see if Chef Tech by itself is available.
Oh, no, it's not. That was not available 13 years ago. I tried that.
Okay. All right. So anyways.
And there's still a channel
there by that under customize. Yeah.
Magic Acres never changed.
Right,
it's still just Magic Acres. I'm good with that. Same with food with Fat Man.
Yeah.
Prepper.
All right. So that's so if you guys want to change it what they gave you, you can go there and play around to see if something else is more available for you. All right. Howie says 5 degrees centigrade.
That's like 39 or 40 or
minus 17.
Oh, come on, dude. That's like the same temperature I got here. That's like what? 12 degrees Fahrenheit?
Minus 17. Yeah. It's basically about 32 degrees difference, but it also changes because the math is times. You get the difference, you times it by 4/5 or something like that.
Yeah.
But anyways, Jill is here, prepper for the ages. And Kanan says, Howie's warmer than me. Well, Howie's also on the ocean too. So, all right. So causes for a 1.5 year winter. Man-made? No, not really. Everyone said, "Oh yeah, we're doing all this, putting up all this global warming stuff, and it's going to cause a day after tomorrow event where it instantly turns cold." No.
It depends on how high and how many of those chemtrail planes explode in the upper atmosphere, and then we're having a problem.
No, they don't have enough to do it. They'd have to have every commercial and every military jet aircraft loaded to the max and have them all explode, and it might. You have a better chance of having everyone you can line up on the eastern shore of the United States, shoulder to shoulder,
and fart.
No, and pee in the Atlantic Ocean and try to cause a 30-foot tsunami on the other side. Yeah, well, So, so man-made on purpose, man by mistake, no. Nature caused, oh yeah, it's done it, it's happened. There are a lot of times where we've had some of them were more than a 1.5 years of winter.
What, man-made mistake?
It's man-made by mistake or man-made on purpose.
Right. I thought you just said man-made mistake and it's been around. They did it.
No, I said nature caused. So nature caused, it's been around, happened before. All right, mitigation. We can't stop it from happening. And I froze for a second. We can't stop it from happening, so that mitigation part's out. But we can mitigate its effect on us. One of the things I'll get to the dates that happened. Well, people back then stored food for long term. They were storing food for drying, salting, smoking, whatever, so they have long-term food. Well, so there's something to that. Recovery, we'll get to recovery after we talk about causes. All right, the big one that everyone talks about is is called the year without summer, and it was when the Tambora volcano erupted in the fall of 1815. The summer of 1816 did not exist. It still snowed around. Temperatures were low in some spots. Some places got really bad snow. Others just got a cold, gritty dusting from volcanic ash. Others, there was, so basically for the world, it was basically, it wasn't summer. It may not have been winter the entire time, but it wasn't summer. It may have been like the early part of spring or the late part of fall. And Frenchy Sandy's here. Hey. So, this is an event. There's books about it and everything else. And it's well documented. I mean, it was we were in the middle of I'm trying to think. I think the War of 1812 ended after the year without a summer. I know the War of 1812 went on for several years. I think it was like 5 or 6 years. So another event. So here we go. Between the 20th of May and the 21st of October, 1883, the volcanic island of Krakatoa, located in the Sunda Strait, erupted. On August 27th of August, the island had its most significant eruption, which destroyed over 70% of the island and its surrounding, I said it right earlier today, archipelago. Afterwards, it collapsing itself into its caldera, and just about all the island disappeared. I got a couple of rocks sticking up there out of the water. That one too caused significant weather disruptions around the world. It didn't cool it enough to call it another year without a summer, but it was a dang cold summer. It was not a normal summer. There were, temperatures were like, Krakatoa was, trying to remember here, 15 degrees on average below normal temps. So it was like 100 degrees. It was only 85. It was normal temp is 75. It was 60. It's normally 60 where you're at. It would be 45. So yeah, there was significant cooling around the world. Next one here. During the Revolutionary War, the winter of 1779-1780 was the coldest on record for the 18th century. Saltwater inlets and harbors from Canada to North Carolina froze over, a phenomenon that has never happened since. So even for the year without a summer, this was colder than the winters on either side of the year without a summer. At the Morristown encampment, soldiers faced sub-zero temperatures and deep snow that was far more severe than the more famous winter at Valley Forge. The only reason why this isn't talked about so much is that they had better gear at the Morristown encampment than they did at Valley Forge. Next thing here. Okay. I've talked about this several times on different live streams over the years. The Little Ice Age, also known as the Big Chill, started 1372-ish, around there. There's a dispute which year it actually started. But they know for a fact that what triggered this was up in Canada, Eastern Canada. there was a big glacier there, and as during this big red warming period, most of the water behind the glacier, all the back part of it, everything on the southern side, all melted and stuff. And it was this big, huge lake of fresh water. And finally, the glacier dam itself melted and broke. And all this fresh water went chugging towards the North Pole, took a right turn, turned around and came down into the Atlantic and stopped the overturning, the Atlantic overturning current. It's got a longer name on it. And because it stopped it, no more hot water was coming up from Florida up in and around and over towards England. So, I mean, everything got nasty. The year prior to this happening, England was still under an embargo from France on England importing their wine, which was better wine than what France was making, into France. They go, no, you can't import that here. You're making us look bad. And, all right, and the temperature. So the temperatures in England, the United Kingdom, there, the island, was a lot warmer than they are now. They were warm enough to be producing absolutely fantastic grapes, sort of like the way Napa Valley and Sonoma Valley is in California, with those massive vineyards out there. So it's still not that warm in England. So we're still, as you can see here, we still haven't recovered to what it was before at the end here. And so it went cold. Then it started to warm up, and it went cold and cold. Then it warmed up a little, and then it went cold again. And finally we started coming out of it. The ending times is spread out to what they think the ending time is. It ranges anything from starting to come out of it 1830 something to 1900, because things are still fluctuating. It's not a perfect temperature shift. It's ups, down, and so they were, they didn't realize what was going on back then as far as the scientists really understanding what was going on, and they were, these guys reported this, these guys reported that. Oh, well, forget these guys. We'll take these numbers over here. So the little ice age caused all sorts of problems. Winters during summers on end, and that is also during the Dark Ages in Europe, because they had multiple years of no summer. They had a lot of die-offs as they figured out how to, what crops would grow in this cold temperatures. What were the quick growing crops that if summer came up just a little bit, they could get stuff done. But yeah, it took a while for it to start doing its recovery stuff. And then you had recovery times in here, even though we were still in the little ice age period. There were periods where Renaissance stuff was going on and things were, they had learned how to cope with it. Does that make sense? Is Mark awake? I think I put him to sleep. So as you can see, there are things going on. It can happen. It can go, it warms up a little, cold, warm, cold, warm, cold. So yeah, I think that's the last one I got on. That's the last one I got on that. So if we were to get another one of this one, if we were to get another one of this one, where we have a winter and it doesn't warm up for the summer, and we still have late fall, very early spring temperatures where we got frosts and freezes and stuff. What are we going to do? All right, people, now it's time for your thoughts on it.
Gee, how come I didn't learn about that in history class in school? They didn't tell us about that. They just said that it's my SUV that's cool. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, you better how to learn to grow inside, hydroponics, stuff like that, and pray there's not like consistently snow falling on the ground because you'll be shoveling your roof off.
Yeah. I can tell you, give you some ideas. I think Howie would agree with this, and I know Uncle Al would, because he's talked about it before when I've talked about this years ago. Oh, let's see. Mushrooms are going to become a source of food for a lot. Staple. Yeah, caves. Because caves are inherently a little bit warmer during wintertime and stuff. So
they don't freeze; they stay perpetually in the 50s, and depends on the region you're in. But yeah,
and how well you seal off the cave too. But in general, caves are anywhere from 57 to 62 degrees generally. Now, of course, if you're in the Sierra Madres in California, the caves there are a bit warmer because they got hot springs over here, so they got volcanic action underneath, so they heat up. Same thing up at Yellowstone, and actually the caves out here to the east of us, out beyond Goshen, what is it called? 47 Horse Cave or something like that.
We're all going to be traveling out the Midwest and finding the Hopi Indians and seeing if the ant people are still around to pull us down below.
And so, certain areas like this where we have volcanic activity, magnet activity and stuff coming close to the surface, so we got heat from it. So there'll be places like that, and even in the either side of the Mississippi has some geothermal stuff going on there. So
that's assuming one of those isn't. That's assuming one of those geothermals isn't the volcano that erupted. In which case, no.
Yeah. But then there will be areas, not for everybody, unfortunately, where they will be able to find caves and stuff that are warmer. Those that have really good insulated houses and stuff, and have a lot of firewood.
If you have no sun for that long, there's going to be a lot of dead standing wood to cut down to keep you
warm. There'll be there'll be ways to stay warm where you're at. Infrastructure, I don't want to jump into that quite yet. So anybody who's on a homestead already has wood heat, has source of wood, and say it happens like the other one, and say like in September something happens and everybody's on the YouTube saying, okay guys, this is just like Tambora in 1815. We're going to have a year without a summer, and you have a month or two to get ready. Yeah, you can get ready for it. That's part of your mediation. You can get ready for it. You can start buying extra dry staples and stuff. You can can extra.
You wouldn't believe the amount of wood furniture you can buy at Goodwill and all those places really cheap if you have to burn it.
You'd be surprised what you can pick up at the dumps in the way of pallets.
Oh yeah.
And oak pallets burn really good.
Yeah, just don't use it as an open fire to cook on, because you don't know what was on those pallets that spilled that you don't want. In a wood burning stove, probably doesn't matter. I mean, heck, when they sell Christmas trees, what are they burning in those 55-gallon drums? Pallets.
Yeah. So okay. I'm just checking on the side chat. So there are things, depending on the warning time of it happening, to give you it. Now, if say it were to like another Tambora was to happen, say on December 30th, we're not gonna have much time, because all of a sudden this crap's going to be in the air and everything's already cooled off. So it's going to be even a colder spring and on through the summer. So supplies are going to be the problem. If you have warning of something like this happening, and even the mainstream networks are saying, oh shit, this is bad. We need, pardon my French, do we need to get ready for the, get stocking up? Of course, there's going to be an instant run on all the stores, like in Texas this week, and Louisiana, and everywhere down there. Yeah. If you can, just a little bit, each year, every year I pick up another 50 pound bag of rice and 50-pound bag of pinto beans or navy beans. I alternate, and so I got, that. I got several. I got over, I think we're over 1,000 pounds now of winter wheat stocked up. So
Great. So you advertising that we're all coming to your house just to eat, right? No.
If you can get here.
Oh, I know where you're at.
And I will put you guys to work. All these cottonwood trees, we'll be cutting them down, and we're going to be making a
bunkhouse.
The Viking the great room.
Yeah.
We have the big fire in the middle, and everybody has a section around it where each family groups around it, so they're all sharing body heat in the one big room.
Yeah. No.
Well, they're not sharing. They're not all cuddling together with other groups. Each group is there in their own little area. But that's one of the things I want to say is, you got a few extra bucks. How much does a 25-pound bag of beans or rice? Don't forget
when you buy your 25-pound bag of rice or beans, I hope you have a seal meal. So put them in 1-pound portions in seal meal bags, weigh it out, put them in there, seal them up, throw them in the freezer, throw your rice in the freezer for like a day and just take it out, or throw it in the freezer first, let it warm up again to get the humidity out of it, and bag it up. So you don't have a 25-pound bag of rice and that you're just opening and constantly using, because, like jasmine rice over time, if it's not sealed, it loses all its flavors and stuff. It just tastes.
We don't go for the fancy rices. We go for the plain, white sticky rice.
Hey, if I'm prepping this to eat, I'm going to make sure I'm eating well. You can have your Carolina short grain, long grain rice that has no flavor. No, I'm going for the basmati and jasmine rice. Yeah, that's me. And some of the Korean sweet rice. Yup. That's what I got. And I put the directions on each bag of how long to cook and the ratio of water to rice.
Yeah. I just thought of something. Let me see something here. Okay, I can't. I can only change my avatar. I was gonna throw your other one up there and say, okay, how much beans and rice do you have there, Survivalist?
3,000-4,000 pounds each.
Yeah,
I'm good. That's what they told me.
Oh, you got a question for you here.
Arborea rice? No, I don't play with that. I've cooked it and eaten it. It's not high on my list of easy rices to deal with. So regular white rice, long grain white, and jasmine rice is my number one favorite. Korean sweet is my number 2, but it's a pain in the ass to cook. And then that doesn't even look like rice. They look like little tiny gelatin balls, and they're brown. But and then basmati rice has its own flavor. That's more of an Indian. I love that stuff.
Yeah. So, anyways, what I want to get at is, I'm not saying to do it monthly. If you're going to do just a small, 10-pound or 15-pound bag, do it quarterly. That way, by the end of the year, you've picked up, 40 pounds or more of rice. But what I do, I'll bring the bag home, and it goes in the freezer.
Kill the bug. Kill the bug eggs. Yep.
Kill the bug eggs and everything out. Comes out, and I have a 5-gallon bucket, Mylar liner in it. And after it's come to room temperature and stuff, I will, scoop it in there, and every now and then I'll toss in a desiccant pack just in case there's any moisture in it. And when it's filled up, seal it, fold it down in, put the spin tops on it. That click on there. I just lost the thought of them. I know I've shown lots of time on the channel here. The little the lids that you just I almost had it and I lost it again. Not turbo, but but you just put it on there, it locks, really quick.
Right.
And then I put it in the back of the closet. And so if I got to pop one of those open, let's see, we're going to open it up. Okay, first thing we're going to do is I got a bunch of those massive hard Tupperware type containers that I can put like 10 pounds of flour in, and I will fill one up full of the rice and put it in the cupboard, and I'll fill another one up until I got the thing almost empty, and then I will fill probably refill some boxes.
So if you're really creative, you go on Amazon or restaurant store. Hey, you can get the 5 gallon, they're bigger than 5 gallons, Mylar bags that fit in a 5 gallon pickle bucket.
I got them.
And all you need then, because you're not going to put that in your seal meal to seal it up, you literally need a hair flattener, a hair straightener.
That will work.
And you just have to be careful.
Palm job.
Make sure you freeze your rice ahead of time or do something with it. Then put it in a bag. Make sure it's dry. Throw in some desiccant packs. You can throw an O2 absorber in there if you got them. And put it down. Put the bag in the bucket because it has a pleated round bottom to it. So it goes all the way to the bottom. Fill it. I've done a bunch of them. Fill it up with your rice. A 25-pound bag of rice will give you about 3 inches of head space in the bucket. And then you put your pleats together, and it's kind of a pain. It takes 2 people. Hold it perfectly flat and take your hair straightener, which you can get at Walmart for like $12 or $15, and slowly run it across the Mylar bag to seal it. And you're only going to get Mylar bags that are 3 mils, so they do melt quick, so be careful.
Yeah.
And then you just fold it up, stick it down in there, and slap the lid on there and clamp it down and put a date on it and let you know what's in it.
Let me find something here for you. Food storage. There we go. Oh, they got them back in stock again. Yeah, but they're expensive. They're not cheap anymore. Okay.
What's that?
The 5 gallon buckets, the 6 pack. They're still not as cheap as getting the red or blue buckets at the big box stores.
Yeah, you don't need if you're going to put your food in a food safe bag, it doesn't matter if you get it at the blue store, the orange store, the red tractor store. It doesn't matter as long as you have a good lid with a rubber gasket on the inside. Yeah, and just hammer it down. Now to get those lids off, you're gonna have to rip the rip strip off. Try not to break.
That's why you use the gamma seal. That's why you use the gamma seal. You can open and close it. Yeah. That's not there. Okay, let me try something else here. Did I put it under? I may have put something in the wrong. I may have put it in the wrong folder. Let me see if I can find it here. Yeah, I put it in the wrong folder here. Okay, so what? There we go. So the mini bag rechargeable heat sealer, you just hold it in your hand, go straight to it there.
Those don't work that good. Those are meant for like potato chip bags.
Some of these are the ones you get the ones here. You look for the ones that are made for the food saver and stuff. They have ones that are made for food saver.
Yeah, but that's plastic, not Mylar. So you can. I wouldn't. For $6, you get what you pay for.
Yeah,
I had one. It was garbage. I think I gave it to Goodwill and said, "Here, you guys sell it. I don't care." No, I bought a hair straightener for $14, and it was great. It's still great. It'll work forever. And if I ever grow my hair back, I can straighten it if I want.
Well, there's a. It's not a hair straightener, but it's it's same thing. It's
Yep. That's for narrow bags. That's only up to like 4 inches or 6 inches or something.
Yeah. So there are ways to seal the bags. You seal the bag up, you got in there, and you slowly build up your supplies on that food. Cheap. Is it going to be all that great and tasty and magnificent? I had a chef to fix this. No. Is it going to keep you alive? Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to also stock up on spices and hot sauces and other stuff to keep from getting food fatigue? Yes.
Yeah. So as a fun note, right before 2012, when I started thinking about long-term storage foods and stuff like that, I was on YouTube and that, and I did the research on it. And this is what I found. So don't take my word as, this will work, because it may not, but it worked for me. So your oxygen absorbers, if you look at the SDS sheet or MSDS sheet on it, it's literally iron powder and salt. And when it gets oxygen, and it doesn't need much moisture, when it gets oxygen, the iron oxidizes, which means it draws the oxygen in, uses it up, and turns it into rust. Yep. Guess what else does that? Hand warmers. The only added item in a hand warmer, because an O2 absorber, if you put one of those in your hand, take it out of the pack, put it in your hand, you'll burn your hand.
Yeah.
It gets really hot. You can't put it in water and boil water. But a hand warmer, they add vermiculite to it, which is an inert insulation. Yeah. It slows the rust process down. So your hand warmer gets up to about 120 degrees, won't hurt you. They can get hot, but not that bad. They do the same thing. I had 6 buckets. I'd put rice flour and stuff in 2011, right before 2012 scare. And I had them in the dining room, and I stacked them up, and I put my flour in there and sealed my Mylar bags. And I threw an O2 absorber of the hand warmers, like 2 or 3 of them in each bucket before I sealed the lid. I came down the next morning. 3 buckets were collapsed in on themselves. One of them had collapsed and cracked because it pulled so much oxygen out of there, it broke the bucket. Yeah. Oh, yeah. My kids were like, "What happened to the buckets, Dad?" I'm like, "I don't know. I guess I put too many hand warmers in there." But if you do that, you don't want to put it in with your food, although that's up to you. So it pulls the oxygen out of your Mylar bag. And hand warmers, you wait till springtime, you buy cases of hand warmers for like $10. They just got to get rid of them because they quote unquote expire. Take them out of their little pack, take them out of the box, throw them in a seal meal, put like 8 or 10 in a seal meal bag or 2, suck the air out of it, and you're good for a good while. And they'll still work, and even just to keep your hands warm. So wait till springtime, buy your hand warmers, and seal meal them.
Right. Now, one of the other things to do too, for the Mylar bag, if you don't have the hand warmers or the oxygen absorbers, there are the little vacuum sealer ones that has the little tube on it. Well, yeah, and of course there is the favorite of the Southern preppers using the brake bleeder to suck the air out.
Yeah, it's a vacuum gun for automotive. Yep,
works great. And let me see here. It's actually cheaper than this one here, but yeah. So you can just seal it almost all the way across, leave a little space for the tube in there. And you pump it out, and then you pinch down below it and put the thing on it and seal the top of it and seal it up really good.
Yeah, crap. Back in the day, back when I first got married, we didn't have all that stuff. There were seal meals. They weren't the greatest. And we would store stuff in a Ziploc bag. I put stuff in a Ziploc bag, seal it almost all the way up, and put a straw in the very corner. And I would just suck the air. Of course, if it was like hot, spicy food, it kind of hurt. But suck as much air out of it as I could. And then as soon as I'm done, I'd bite the straw, yank it out, and zip it shut real quick. That got a lot of the air out. It worked great. I'm not, you do what you got to do.
Yeah, exactly. So everyone, there's different things you can do, different ways you can do it. But yeah, the plain rice and beans.
You're going to get food fatigue really quick, but it'll keep you alive.
It'll keep you alive. and through a winter where you can't grow food, you can do it. One of the things, I'm going to go back to Thorhaven up there, Daryl up in Canada. When talk about when he had a bumper crop of green beans, they canned green beans that are coming out their ears. Next year on green beans, but they had their shelves were full of green beans they canned the year before. So that's where canning comes in. Happy. Yeah, you'll be happy when you have all that canning and all of a sudden you're using it. Comes in handy to when you have a bumper crop. Don't give it all away. You can give some away, but can as much as you can. Keep it on the shelf. Let it go for a couple of years, and things are just had a delivery here and out of my box.
Hey, get the vacuum sealer attachment for your vacuum, whatever. You could buy in handheld USB ones, whatever. It's rechargeable. Just suck to pull the air out of your mason jars.
Yeah,
they work good too. They're not for super long term for dry goods, but they work. And no, you're not preserving your food because the lid goes ping when you put a hot soup in a jar and put the vacuum sealer on there. No, put it in the fridge. Sorry, that's a Monday topic, but anyway.
Yeah. So for you, if you have a Seal a Meal or a Food Saver,
yeah,
you can get the attachment with the hose on it and just plug it into your Seal a Meal, and just there you go, just plug it in and run it.
Yep. They make handheld hand pump ones too.
Yep.
So you don't need electricity. So you can just put it on there. It's like a little vacuum gun and it's rechargeable ones, little ones. My wife bought me one. She's like, I thought you'd like this. I'm like, I could literally put a half-gallon jar in my freeze dryer and go into engineering mode and just pull a vacuum on it, which is 1,000 times stronger than the vacuum out of a Seal Meal, which I do. If I freeze dry a whole bunch of like peppers or something, I put them in a half-gallon jar. Take my rack out, put the jar in the chamber of the freeze dryer, and I can just go in and put a vacuum on it. I can take it down to 350 torr, which is ridiculously low. I collapsed the lid once, but that's another story.
Yeah, so you don't go at the max of the machine because you'll crunch the lid.
No, I kind of have to stop at about 800. Anything below that, you ain't getting that thing up unless you poke a hole in it.
Yeah. So for mediation, you're going to store food. You're going to can food. The only thing that I think, and don't quote me on this because there's no science behind this, it's just observational, okay, this happens a lot, so this is a possibility. If you have a year without a summer, what are you most likely going to have?
Meat.
Snow.
Oh yeah. Can I freeze dry snow? I can freeze dry snow. Maybe I can can it.
That's right up there with dehydrating it.
Can I vacuum seal snow? Yeah. You know what? I should try that. We get the snow. I'm going to take a bag, a Seal Meal bag. I'm going to put snow in it, and I'm going to put it in my chamber sealer and see what it'll probably just turn into this 1/16 of an inch thick little ice brick.
Until it melts.
Snow in a Seal Meal. What happens?
But the thing is, if we get that type of a summer, we're without winter. I mean, you're without a summer, and you have snow and stuff on the ground. Yeah, you can harvest and harvest the snow, get water, filter the water, and use it.
Yeah. Filter it. Do something with it, because yeah.
Now, so there, heat. You got to make sure you have multiple heat sources, which you should anyways.
Mm-hmm.
We've been talking about this.
Hey, what's going to happen in Europe if there's no sun and all the solar panels don't work and there's hardly any wind? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Mike, what are you going to do, Mike? Call your buddy Scottish Prepper and borrow all his his power supplies.
So that, you're going to need alternate sources for everything. Lights, heat. If you have a wood burning stove, great. If you don't have one, look at other alternatives you can use to stay warm.
But certain fuel sources may not be around long enough for you to use them all the time. So you might be kind of in trouble.
Yeah. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that that summer is going to be a winter with snow, though. It just may be it's instead of being 80 degrees, the high is 50 degrees and the low is 35.
Yeah.
You're not getting snow.
Even a little greenhouse out in your garden may not do anything because it may not be enough UV light coming through to help your plants grow.
Yeah.
Now, sprouts are a different story.
Yeah.
You can sprout without sunlight in a mason jar, or you can plant seeds and put a flat piece of like granite on top of it, and they will sprout and they will lift up the granite piece even in the dark. And you can take that granite piece off of there and get your super sharp knife out and take your sprouts, and you can eat the sprouts. There's a ton of nutrition in sprouts. So we might be eating lots of sprouts if there's no sunlight, but you're going to run out of seeds sooner or later because just because they're sprouts, you have to have seeds. And if they don't go to complete flowering and make seeds, you don't have any seeds. So that's its own dilemma. Yeah. Kaylin said, if snow year round, as long as it stays below zero or below freezing, 0 Celsius, 32 Fahrenheit. Yeah, put a cooler on your deck, throw your frozen food out there, and just shut the lid. It's not going to get warm anytime soon, so you can keep your frozen food good for a while.
Yeah. So there are options for because if power goes out, there's going to be problems with that. Most likely power's not going to go totally out, but there's going to be outages.
Brownouts.
Yeah. Brownouts, power's out for 3 days. Okay, we got power again. Next week, power's out for 2 days. Okay, we're back up again.
And as long as they tell you, hey, we're going to shut the power off for 2 days. Yeah, get your freezer food out now and put it outside. Let it stay cold. That way you're not like letting it get warm in the house, and you got a week's worth or so of food that's slowly thawing out of the freezer. Yeah.
Or if you're lucky, if you have a chest freezer, you can slide out the door onto the sliding glass door onto the balcony or whatever. You just, you move it out there, refill it, plug it in. That when power goes out, it's out there and it's still cold.
Yeah.
There's let's see what other things you can do. So we covered heat, propane, alcohol stoves,
kerosene, candle, paraffin,
kerosene, the Crisco candles and stuff, other ways to make heat. But you got to start stocking up on these things slowly. Unless you hit the lot, or you hit the signs.
Yeah, beef tallow, pork fat, whatever. You can make candles out of that.
Yeah. So for mitigating the process of going into it is important. Now, what about coming out of the year without a summer?
Depends on what time of year we come out of it and what temperature is. If you can start growing, you might have to wait another 8 months to start growing.
Yeah. So, I mean, you go winter, no summer, winter, next spring. Oh, it's warming up. We can actually grow.
Yep.
Seeds. Do you still have seeds to plant? Do you know what sort of plants grow good in the shade? Just in case, your temperatures are coming up, but we still have hazy skies and cloudy all the time, it's not, it's warmer, but it's, it's growing temperatures, but we don't have the sunlight as good.
Yeah, as long as you got a certain percentage of sunlight coming through, you'll still get plants. You just may not get the yield you want.
Right. But I'm trying to remember back, it's been 2 years, maybe 3 years. I did the live with Howie on plants that grow in the shade.
Yeah.
So, and there are plenty of those. And if you have land, have some growing. Like Howie says, the sunchokes, Jerusalem artichokes.
Yeah,
that you plant around a tree, they grow in the shade.
They do. They still need the leaves come up and still need a little bit of sunlight to do their photosynthesis to grow the root system. Pretty much all plants need some form of sunlight, whether it's for fruit or vegetable above ground or vegetable or nut or whatever it is.
But these are mushrooms. They will get some sunlight. So if you have some sunlight and you go, okay, I'm going to transplant the ones from under the trees out into the quote full sun. And get them growing better out there.
Mycelium needs a certain nutrient. You can't just like take a bunch of mushrooms and throw them out in the dirt and hope they grow, because they probably won't.
Yeah.
That's why mushrooms grow in cool, damp areas on trees and stuff like that. They don't grow in the middle of a shaded field. But that's mushrooms. Yeah. Do your research on mushrooms. Don't just find a mushroom and say, hey, I'm going to eat that. Don't do that. All mushrooms are edible once.
Yeah. So there's different things. Have options. Think about what you like to eat, what you can eat, what you're willing to put up with for a full, 18 months or more. Figure out what you're willing to put up with and eat, and bump up supplies on that. Because this will happen again. When? We don't know. Tambourus caught everybody with their, pardon the phrase, caught everybody with their pants down.
Well, it's not like you can predict it like the weather. They can't predict that either. Anyway.
Yeah, but like with Krakatoa, Krakatoa started in May and erupted through October. But in August was when it had the big one, but it still kept erupting, for September and most of October.
Well, Mount St. Helens caused its own problem for a very short time. Yeah. Even though it was a giant mudslide, it still erupted. And it was not dark, but there was sun haze over the northern United States for a few months.
Yeah,
I mean, until it dispersed into the jet stream and spread around the world and thinned itself out to the point where nobody even knew it anymore.
Yeah, until it mixed with moisture and came down in rain.
Yeah, acid rain. Oh, my car.
No, it's not acid rain. It's alkaline rain.
Whatever.
But yeah, there's green onions. Yeah. There were like I said, the video I did was I can't remember when it was here, but I think it was plants that grow in the shade. Hang on a second here. Let me look here. Shade. Nope. It wasn't shade. Okay, it was without sun. Without.
What are you looking on, your channel or Howie's channel?
I'm looking on mine. Okay, this was all right. I did one a year and a half ago. What vegetables can you grow without sunlight? That was back on November 22nd, 2024. I thought it was farther back than that one. Yeah, that was the one. So it wasn't as far back as I thought. So it was about 15 months ago. Number 1290, and we talked about that for.
You could post the link for that. You know that, right?
Correct.
Come on, Boomer. Wake up.
Come on. Control Shift T. Hit the wrong button there. Closed out my YouTube studio. 1290. Is that it? Yeah. 1290. Go into it here. And open that up there. There we go. Copy that. Control C. Close that. Take that back there. Go here and drop the link to that one. All right. There's the link for the the plants you can grow without sunlight. Arugula was one of the ones in there, and there were several other ones in there too. So, there are things to think of. Like I said, Krakatoa was giving shaking until May, June, July, 3 months of warning that it was doing crap. Tambora, I guess it was heaving and stuff, but not. Then it popped like a champagne cork. Kaylin probably knows this. Come on. There we go. Because Ben Davidson has talked about it several times. There are several volcanoes over near Pompeii and around the Mediterranean that Ben's watching just for this type of event, and he's talked about it. And so there are several volcanoes around the world, though, other ones too as well, that are okay. This thing's flexing. It's not off-gassing, but it don't know what it's going to do. Is it champagne or is it a beer?
Yeah.
Don't know. So we may get a warning. We may not get a warning. But if you look at the historical record of volcanoes going, it's like, okay, there's enough of them around the world, and they're popping off here and there. Over the last 20 years, there's been some big, significant volcanoes erupting. But it's like, oh, that's in another country and doesn't get much. The news doesn't get much traction.
Yeah, they just say, oh, a volcano erupted, and that's it. That's all you hear. They don't show the plume and how high it went, 90,000 feet up, and how it's starting to travel and spread across through the jet streams and stuff. And yeah. No, they just give you no-fly zone areas because of the ash. That's it. Yeah. That's all you get.
The last one that affected Europe was from Greenland. No, not Greenland. Iceland.
Yep.
Yeah, and there was
a couple of them a few years back, and all in a row.
Yeah.
And it caused all kinds of havoc with the with air travel.
Yeah. And it wouldn't take you too much. You get several of those in a row that are twice the size of what they were. Mm-hmm. Combined, individually, they're not that bad. Combined, oh crap, we're getting too much stuff in the atmosphere, and all of a sudden it could trigger a very cool summer or even a non-summer summer.
Yeah, the other thing it causes when these volcanoes when they go up, it takes moisture with it. So you get a lot of moisture way up there, and it takes a while for it to come back down again, and then you start getting some really bad rainstorms and things, and but the Weather Channel doesn't talk about that either. Anyway.
Yeah. So afterwards, you could have, if you're in an area where you got to water a lot, you could suddenly having a swamp for a garden, or you may not. You still may not get a lot of water, and you need to water a lot. Like I said, this is one of those ones where the variables on it are like, all right, we're going to go to Vegas and see what the odd makers do, and they pull their hair out.
Yeah. And collecting rainwater from volcanic ash type cover, you're going to have some seriously not very good water for your garden.
Yeah. So there's Yeah, there are things that
Later,
you know.
CR.
All right, take it easy, CR. It can go one way or another, and that's the thing is we don't. They did not keep enough. They did not know to track data back in 1815 and 1817.
No.
They were, like, okay, we know temperatures were down here. We didn't have this, that, but they didn't have the scientific knowledge to say, okay, let's see what's in the rain.
Yeah, they found out 6 months later that a volcano erupted, but they never put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
It
took them a couple years to put it together.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It must be. It's a sign. It's a sign. We're all gonna die. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah. So as far as this goes, as far as prepping is concerned, keep on prepping as normal. Don't slow down. Get the stuff you need. Keep stockpiling your water, your food, extra seeds. If you don't grow in the shade, hey, this summer try growing some stuff in the seed to see try growing some stuff in the shade to see if you can do it.
Yeah, I might do that on the side of my garage here. It sees sunlight for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's the northwest side of the garage, so the sun comes up on the front of my house, but off to an angle. So that side of the garage gets a little bit of sunlight first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the day, not so much. But I got holly plant. I have a holly tree over there. It's growing like crazy. I got roses. They grow like crazy. I got weeds that grow like crazy. And if weeds can grow, yeah, I'm sure I could probably plant something. I just got to rip everything out and run my tiller up the side there. And I'm sure I'll get tons of lemon balm because that stuff is taken over everywhere.
Yeah. So yeah, there's going to be things that you can do just to practice in case we have an extremely cold summer or a snowy summer. I don't want to see that. I really don't want to see that.
No.
But I got to prepare for it.
Tennessee Tactical just went live.
Yeah, I just saw the thing pop up here. So that's one of those things that if you prepare for the worst and hope for the best. And if something does happen, it's not the worst, but it's bad, hey, you're ready for it. All right. So we're going to wrap it up here. But first, Monday on Camp Patton Family Compound, the topic is what you should not can. Once again, I'm going to say sage. Tuesday here on Gray Man Prepping is what's in your get home bag. Thursday's the midnight ride. Next Friday on Camp Patton is power for your buildings, chicken coops, garden sheds, whatever it is, how to get power to all your buildings. Yeah. I just realized what next Saturday is.
What's next Saturday?
After ET arrives. What are your plans? And that was recommended. I can't remember who recommended about what are you going to do if ET suddenly arrives? And we know for a fact we're not alone in the universe.
A fact?
A fact.
It's
FACT.
Okay.
Yeah, we know for a fact that we are not alone in the universe.
Okay.
What are you going to do? All right, so that's what's coming up here. And everyone remember, stay happy no matter what life throws at you, even if it's this storm blowing around up above us here. Don't go. Stay safe. Don't go out and do anything foolish or try to do snow angels on the highway. Keep adding to your
come
preps.
on. That's my bucket list. Jeez, man, you're killing me.
That's the last thing on your bucket list.
Yes, eating the mushroom.
keep adding to your preps: water, food, medicine, clothing, garden seeds. All right, and start planting your garden for the spring, and we'll see you around. Take care.
If you're in the freezing zone, stay warm.